My name is Paul Withams. I live in the UK and I graduated from Bangor in December 2023. I'm a program director delivering large scale transformation of complex programs within financial services at the moment in the area of financial crime. Typically, that involves needing to overcome problems, solving issues by gathering information, distilling it down to its core components, and being able to play it back to senior level stakeholders in a clear and concise way. And in many ways, the exec program at Bangor University required those skills of being able to research information, play it back. And a lot of the things I learnt as well not only affirmed the approach I already undertook, but also I was able to transfer some of those skills and improve the way I did my day-to-day work in the workplace. What attracted me to the Chartered Banker MBA in particular, probably twofold really. One, the reputation of Bangor. It's been a seat of learning for banking for decades. And then the other thing was really the Chartered Institute itself, the fact that it was underlying and supporting, sponsoring the program. I've been a member of the Chartered Institute for some 30 odd years, and I've known throughout that time its passion for improving the standard and knowledge of those that work in the industry. So the fact that the Chartered Banker was really sponsoring this stood for a lot. Many of the skills that the course requires by way of research, gathering information, laying out arguments and bringing the facts together are very similar to the sorts of things that I need to do my day-to-day job and already do. But I think what it has done is enabled me to think wider and also to think about the source of information that I use as well, to try and diversify some of those sources to make sure the facts are really as enriched as they possibly could be, to assist when putting an argument forward to a sponsor or stakeholder, just really to make sure I've gone through that rigor of considering all of the underlying situations and options. I think the best thing about studying by distance at Bangor was the availability of the materials and the quality of them as well. Also, the availability of the tutors. Often at weekends, out of hours, you can email and you'll get a response back from them, a very useful response as well. There was a real sense of group and discussion that went on during each of the various modules. Materials on the course were really insightful, and I've actually been able to apply a fair, surprising amount of it into my day-to-day job. I think for me, the other thing is undertaking the degree. It was really an affirmation of what I had achieved in my career and that go-to, which we all have times of self-doubt. And I've spoken to many C-suite colleagues over the years who surprisingly have that self-doubt. For me, having the MBA was really that milestone that said, I am good at what I do and I can do this, something that I'll keep with me as a milestone. My biggest piece of advice, if you're considering the exec education program at Bangor, is make the time for it. We often think as busy execs, we haven't got the time to take on something else. But I would say just find the time. I gave up social media, the time thief that it is, to make some time. But I also made use of things like my train commutes. Sometimes I'd stay in the office for an extra hour to actually make use of that time to take notes, join webinars. But I also had carved out some dedicated time, Christmas, Easter, and even my holidays, having an iPad on one knee, a notepad on the other, and a beer on the side, just so I can actually make sure I had some quality time doing the studying. I'd say challenging, developmental, and inspirational.